Okay, it looks like we got everybody, so let's go ahead and start this webinar on our ITIN program. My name is Michael Gleed with Village Mortgage, and I'm going to be going over the ins and outs of this program and how you can hopefully use it to get a few more families into homes this year. Like we said before, this is a program that allows individuals to buy a house that don't have a social security number. They also don't need a green card or work permit. So it's designed for these undocumented buyers living in the U.S. that have a legitimate and reporting ITIN, which basically just means they pay their taxes. With this program, there's no documents necessary to prove legal status in the USA. So basically, you can be a non-citizen. You don't have to have that social security card, visa, work permit, or green card. This is a great alternative to hard money loans because it's a 30-year fixed rate loan. Never going to change, and it's going to give them the ability to pay off the loan in full. When it comes to qualifying, there's really just three things that are important: down payment, employment, history and income, and then the credit score. They can put anywhere from 15 to 25% down. In order to put 15% down, they're going to have at least a 680 credit score. We're going to need 2 years of employment using their ITIN number. And then their credit score's got to be at least a 640 plus. And we only use TransUnion. So the low down payment option is only available if it's their primary residence. We do have an investor option if they want to buy an investment property, but there's a calculation that applies. Basically, the mortgage can only be 80% of whatever the going rent is in the area. So if the rent on a property such as the one they're interested in is $1,000 a month, then their mortgage could only be $800 a month, which basically means that they're going to have to come up with a substantial down payment, anywhere from 30 to probably 40%, in order to make that calculation work. Condos are accepted, but they're limited to 20% down. So there's little caveats there you just have to be aware of, and limitations. So a question we get a lot of times is, what's the rate? Well, as we know, what rate you get is largely determined by a few different factors: down payment, credit score, the type of property you're purchasing, and also sometimes people write off too much if they're self-employed, and we have to use bank statements instead of tax returns in order to qualify them to show enough income. And that's something that can affect the rate too. So it's very kind of unique to the individual, but if I were to give you a range, it would be anywhere from 5.875 to 7.5%. And mind you, this is with no MI at any down payment amount. So as we know, rate is largely a factor of risk on the lender's side. But on the buyer's side, the buyer has to ask themselves, is this rate worth the reward? In a lot of cases, the answer for them is yes, because they get the reward of home ownership, whereas they don't have the opportunity to get an FHA or conventional loan, and they may never have the opportunity. So this is enabling them to get into a home, to build equity, to have a place of their own, right? But in the end, we at Village Mortgage, we want to help you get one more sale a month. There are a lot of individuals out there that don't have a social, but are more than qualified for this program to buy a home. And we want to help you find those people and get them into homes. We can make a difference together. That concludes our webinar. We like to keep it short and sweet and to the point. If you have any questions, please do give us a call or email us. We'd be more than happy to answer those. Let's see what we can do this year to get a few more of these individuals into homes, right? Let's make that difference. Thanks for joining us, and have a wonderful day.